I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Wednesday, August 27th. Today, encampment busted.
I want to be clear that police are not here to clear or evict anyone from their temporary shelter.
What Winnipeg police found when they moved in on Riverside homeless encampment. Also today, a close call.
This was the worst outcome they ever got by far.
Why are Manitoba's NDP celebrating after losing a provincial by-election? Plus, concern for kids.
Speeding, drivers blocking school bus zone.
Why most Manitoba parents say their neighborhood school zones are not safe. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. It's a first for the Winnipeg Police Service. This afternoon, officers moved in on a Riverside encampment, and in their hands, a search warrant. Standing by with the details for us today is CTV's Catherine Dow. Catherine, what was this police bust all about?
So, Marilee, this was essentially a stolen property investigation rather than any type of effort to dismantle a homeless encampment. Police were looking for stolen goods and decided to get a judicial warrant before moving in.
I want to be clear that police are not here to clear or evict anyone from their temporary shelter.
It happened at a camp along Waterfront Drive near the intersection with George Avenue. This afternoon, police were hauling out numerous bicycles, some intact, some in pieces. We counted more than a dozen. Police say they entered a structure. They described it as having a plywood wall, or having plywood walls rather, and they were covered with tarps. They arrested 3 people who were inside.
We took the necessary actions that we felt we were responsible under the courts and under our current laws in seeking judicial approval to execute a warrant on a structure that might indeed be somebody's temporary residence. And with that comes an expectation of privacy.
Police say they held the press conference to explain their presence in the area this afternoon and to let residents know there is no threat to public safety.
So, Catherine, police were treating this homeless encampment, one of many located in the city on public land, like they would someone's house?
That's right, Marilee. So police say the structures themselves aren't illegal and can be considered a temporary residence under the law. And so police decided to err on the side of caution and got a judicial search warrant so that they're covered legally as they continue their investigation into the stolen property. Police say the 3 people arrested are free to return to the encampment if and when they're released. We should add the 3 have not yet been charged with any crime.
All right. Thanks for this, Catherine.
You're welcome.
Friday, the United States will end a tax exemption on small packages entering the United States. And some Manitoba small businesses say the move will have a catastrophic impact.
In the absence of a very clear idea of both the cost and how to actually do it, we've decided to pause all shipping to the United States. So as of Monday of this week, we're no longer taking orders from our American customers and friends.
That's Anna Hunter, co-owner of Longway Homestead near St. Anne. They raise sheep and process the wool, which they then sell across Canada and the U.S. She estimates roughly 40% of her products are sent stateside, and many small business owners are now finding themselves facing a similar headache.
You know, going forward, 30% say they anticipate they'll be impacted either directly or indirectly by this change. But another 33% say it's too early to tell and they're not sure. And that's very alarming, right? That means there's so much uncertainty in the air, and it makes it really difficult for businesses to plan. You know, are we going to have to raise our prices, or will we be able to absorb these costs?
The Canadian Federation of Independent Business says it's going to continue to push Ottawa to share the tariff revenue it collects from the trade dispute with small businesses to help soften the blow. Manitoba's chief medical examiner has ordered inquests into the deaths of 2 men while incarcerated. Tyson Dumas and Nathan Oatkey were found in their cells at the Paw Correctional Center and Stony Mountain, respectively, after they were assaulted in 2022. Inquests are not to lay blame, but they can offer recommendations to prevent similar deaths. A third inquest is related to the death of a 22-year-old man who was fatally shot following an altercation with RCMP that same year. Details about when the inquest will take place will be announced at a later date. Alberta's police watchdog has determined a Winnipeg police officer was justified in the fatal shooting of a University of Manitoba student who was experiencing a mental health crisis 2 years ago. Investigators determined 19-year-old Afolabi Opaso posed a lethal threat to the officers who arrived at the apartment for a well-being check and found they didn't reasonably have time to flee or make use of a less lethal option. The officer's partner told investigators when they entered the apartment, Opaso was about 15 feet away and glaring at them while holding a knife in each hand. She said he didn't respond when asked what was going on and to drop the knives, and then suddenly ran at them, which is when the other officer opened fire. The report concluded that version of events is consistent with other evidence, including a short cell phone video shot from another room. Opaso's roommates also told investigators he was behaving erratically, and they either saw or suspected he had knives when they phoned 911 for help. The officer who fired the shots exercised his right not to be interviewed for the investigation. A lawyer for Opaso's family, who was from Nigeria, tells us he is still speaking with the family and may have more to say next week. The Manitoba Progressive Conservatives will hang on to a seat in the Manitoba legislature. The Tories won yesterday's by-election in the riding of Spruce Woods, but just barely. Colleen Robbins clinched victory with 2,805 votes. Close behind was NDP opponent Ray Berthollet with 2,735 votes. The Liberal candidate Stephen Reid was a distant third.
This was the worst outcome they ever got by far.
Wabkanu's NDP came within 100 votes of victory, a close race in a traditionally strong Conservative riding. In fact, the Conservatives have never received less than 60% of the vote. Canu's provincial government has been spending a lot of time in the riding over the past few months, making numerous infrastructure announcements. The seat has been empty since March, when Grant Jackson resigned to run for the federal Conservatives. Vehicles still can't travel over the Arlington Bridge, and tonight there is a huge truck parked right in front of it. As you can see, crews are currently working on the bridge with a large drill. The city tells us this is part of the preliminary design work for the new bridge. The current Arlington Bridge closed indefinitely in November of 2023 due to structural concerns. Winnipeg's 2025 budget included $22 million to decommission the bridge and another $5 million for design work on the new bridge. Manitoba's ethics commissioner says Premier Wabkanu did nothing wrong when he flew to the Grey Cup on airplanes chartered by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Opposition Conservatives called for the investigation in March, claiming Canoe violated the Conflict of Interest Act when he accepted an invitation to fly to the Grey Cup game with the team in 2023 and 2024. However, in a report released today, the Provincial Ethics Commissioner says Canoe paid fair market value for the flights out of his own pocket, so he wasn't required to obtain prior approval or file information afterwards. Most Manitoba parents say their children's school zones are unsafe. That's according to the results of a new survey released by CAA Manitoba just days before kids head back to school. CAA says the survey found 90% of Manitoba parents report dangerous driving behaviors in school zones. They cited speeding, drivers blocking school bus lanes, and distracted driving. The study also found because of safety concerns, 43% of parents chose to drive their kids to school. The problem with that? Well, it only increases traffic congestion around schools. CAA instead makes this suggestion.
Find a safe drop-off spot that's maybe a block or two away from the school. This could be a family drop-off spot where routinely you will be picked up and dropped off there. This is a great and a small thing that you can do that will have a real impact.
The survey found most parents support greater safety controls in school zones, including lower speed limits, enhanced infrastructure, and improved enforcement and education. All right, let's bring in Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. Pretty nice out there tonight, Colleen.
Very nice, and that is not going to change the rest of this week. There's a ridge of high pressure basically parked over Western Canada, which is responsible for the sunshine, the lighter winds for the most part, and for these continued warm temperatures. A nice night ahead. Now to the east, though, there are a few showers and non-severe thunderstorms firing off. You can see there's some right near Kenora there, so do watch out for that. But again, they are non-severe at this point. Again, that's about it for the excitement weather-wise. I will have your full forecast coming up, including a look at the Labor Day long weekend. Let's take a look right now through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now under that blue sky, it is 26 degrees. It feels like 31 with the humidex. Winds this hour from the northeast at 12 kilometers an hour. The pressure is rising and the humidity is 54%. Out in traffic on this Wednesday afternoon, live look out at the Norwood Bridge. Traffic moving smoothly in both directions there.
Did you drive to work today? New stats show how Winnipeg workers rank when it comes to commuting to work and why we're tops in one category.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
The world's most valuable company reported earnings after the close of the North American markets. NVIDIA's revenue is up 56% year over year, ringing in at $46.7 billion in its latest quarter. Washington has made it more difficult for NVIDIA to sell its semiconductor chips to China, but that seems to be only a hiccup for the company as it capitalizes on the ramp-up of AI worldwide. Here's a look at how the trading day ended. The Canadian dollar moved up to 72.52. West Texas Intermediate is up 90 cents to 64.15. Western Canadian Select down close to $1.50 at $50.23. And the TSX hit another record close again today, gaining 93 points to 28,433. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marella Fernandez.
A Manitoba man missing for weeks has been found dead. 37-year-old Jeffrey Colomea from Pimachikamak Cree Nation was last seen in the community on August 10th. Today, RCMP announced his body was recovered from a marshy area near Cross Lake. The investigation into Colomea's death continues pending the results of an autopsy. Winnipeg has the highest proportion of workers commuting to work in Canada, according to a new report from Statistics Canada. StatsCan data shows 9 in 10 Winnipeg workers regularly commute to work. That's the highest proportion among major Canadian cities. Still, most commuters drive, but the report shows more Winnipeggers are taking public transit, with just over 11% using the bus and about 6% using active transportation such as biking or walking to get to work. That's the highest level since the pandemic, according to the City of Winnipeg. Also, Winnipeg commuters spend less time in their cars compared to most Canadians. The average Winnipeg commute time, about 23.5 minutes, which is 3 minutes less than the Canadian average. A Winnipeg veteran is working to help his fallen brothers and sisters in arms. Peter Martin is trying to ensure every veteran has a grave marker.
Well, it's obvious they should have a marker, but no, we found 2 graves that were identified as grave number 190 and 301 with no marker.
Now Martin is trying to help another veteran. At Transcona Cemetery, James Bernard McQuaid's grave only had a number on it until Martin was able to get a cross and a temporary plaque for it. But before he puts a permanent grave marker on the plot, he wants to find McQuaid's family, and for that, he needs help.
I need to find the family members, whoever family who connected to Mr. McQuaid, to say, we're doing something to honor your relative. And if you're around, I'll make sure you're included in a mini ceremony once we get the gravestone, the headstone. And if you're not around, I'll at least send you pictures and videos of what we do.
Now, Martin has heard James Bernard McQuaid could have a son in Chilliwack. Anyone who knows family members are asked to contact Peter Martin through Facebook, or you can send us an email to winnipegnews@ctv.ca. There's a new documentary in the works about a Canadian hero. What's unique about this Terry Fox film? The answer next in Spotlight.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Tom Papa.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and the list of celebrities just keeps getting longer and longer at Winnipeg's Comic-Con.
Does it ever, Marilee? Now, the event has announced 2 more special guests. Malcolm McDowell, best known for his role as the miscreant Alex in A Clockwork Orange, is joining this year's lineup, along with John Cassier, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and dozens of other characters from animated shows. They're joining previously announced talents such as Ron Perlman, Lou Diamond Phillips, wrestling legend Sting, and many more. Winnipeg Comic-Con runs October 24th to 26th over at the RBC Convention Center.
The voice from the Crypt Keeper? Boy, that takes me back.
Sure does.
All right, how would you like to go on a 12-day African safari or to the Winnipeg Jets home opener?
It's your choice if you win big. Now, those are just some of the amazing experiences up for grabs during the Assiniboine Park Conservancy's 6th annual online auction. Now, the auction proceeds support the care and maintenance of Assiniboine Park. It's your chance to bid on more than 80 unique and once-in-a-lifetime prizes, including a Tanzanian safari adventure, romantic dinners for 2, plus Jets, Sea Bears, and Grey Cup tickets. Bidding open today and runs until the evening of September 3rd. Access the auction online by visiting AssiniboineParkAuction.ca.
All right, now to a new documentary about a Canadian hero who has strong ties to our province.
That's right, and the new film about Terry Fox features footage you've never seen before.
He's kind of enshrined in all these statues in this gritty, giving it all running moment, but there's all these other little moments where he's being a regular 21-year-old. And so to see that captured on film and to be able to find all of these audio interviews that the world has never heard before, I think that was the most special part.
Toronto filmmaker Sean Menard says he pulled from more than 90 reels of restored and mostly never-before-seen footage for Run, Terry, Run. He says it draws on hours of film taken by a crew who accompanied Fox on his Marathon of Hope and shows a more personal side, rarely seen in news coverage. The film is set for release later this year.
Looking forward to seeing that.
It should be fascinating.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your primetime lineup begins tonight at 7 with Master Chef. At 8, Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service. Then at 9, catch Battle of the Generations, and then laugh along with Match Game. A live look out onto the St. James Bridge. Traffic moving well, busier as you might expect in the southbound direction. Sunny out there, very warm too, 26 degrees. It feels like 31 with the Humidex. I will have your full forecast coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW and Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon. CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, it's been another summer-like day for sure. Of course, summer is not done with us just yet. Just in case you were wondering, I know it's felt a little differently lately, but actually the rest of this week will feel very much like summer is still with us. We have an upper ridge of high pressure, as I mentioned earlier, basically just sitting over Western Canada, helping to keep the sky clear and helping to keep the temperatures warm and the winds light. But I mentioned earlier, even before you get to the Ontario border, there's a non-severe thunderstorm just popping up to the east-southeast of Lac de Bonnie. Then over the border, we have a thunderstorm moving through the Kenora area right now and areas to the southeast of Kenora. And then further east still, it looks like another thunderstorm is just moving into the Sioux Lookout area. Again, they're all non-severe. Back in Manitoba, a clear night ahead for the most part, really just a few clouds here and there, really not much to show you under that ridge of high pressure. The skies are sunny during the day and they're clear at night, and temperatures actually will drop a little on the cooler side, so there will be no heat warnings in effect or anything like that like we're seeing further out into Western Canada. Into Thursday afternoon, for the most part, pretty uneventful. As you can see, a lot of sunshine across most of Manitoba and into northwestern Ontario, taking us right through the overnight and into Friday morning. Oh, so close to the start of the Labor Day long weekend. For tonight, from Winnipeg all the way down to 13 degrees, mostly clear. Light winds out of the east at 10 kilometers an hour. 26 is the high tomorrow, Thursday, already under a mix of sun and cloud. Likely a little sunnier in the morning, mix of sun and cloud in the afternoon. The winds only strengthen a little bit out of the east, up to about 20 kilometers an hour. The UV index for Thursday for the city is 6 or high, as it's been all week long. Then this is the long range forecast. You can see it stays very hot as we wind down the month of August. 28, 29 degrees Friday into Saturday to start off the long weekend. Abundant sunshine Sunday, 29. Now Labor Day is Monday, mix of sun and cloud. There's a slight chance of thunderstorms showing up. 27 is the hot high. Interesting too, because it is the first day of September, which means it's the first day of meteorological fall, so a very warm start to meteorological fall, which, by the way, is the months of September, October, and November, in case you're wondering. Tuesday, rain showers likely with a high of 20. We can't rule out thunderstorms either on that day. Let's take a look at our first weather photo, shall we? This one takes us actually atop the Seven Sisters Falls generating station. That photo is from Heather, a nice shot there. And this is Penny out for a walk with Debbie out in Meadow Portage. That's in the Lake Winnipegosis area. That was this morning. Send us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. Well, an old rivalry will play out again this weekend in Saskatchewan, where the Rough Riders will host the Blue Bombers for the Labor Day Classic. And ahead of that matchup, the Blue Bombers are poking a little fun at the host city. Check this out. A handful of billboards, just like this one, have gone up in Regina. They say friends don't let friends wear green, alongside images of some celebrating Blue Bomber fans and a Green Riders fan who looks like he might be feeling a little stressed. Below this, the cheeky message says, a public service message from the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Indeed.
I like it.
Wise words.
Yes. I love all the fun.
It is fun.
Rivalry between the two teams. All right. That is this weekend. Labor Day already ahead of us.
How
and
did we
looking
get
great.
here so fast? Yeah, it is looking fantastic.
All right, we'll be back at 6 o'clock with much more local news. Hope to see you then.